So if we want that client is requesting to the server, but it would only request for the fields or the data that it requires, and the server would be sending only those fields or data that the client requires, then we would having an optimized question response, and we would have the optimized performance. So this can be achieved using GraphQL. So GraphQL is basically a query language for APIs. So the server would be executing those queries depending on what the client wants. And it is more flexible and efficient alternate to the REST API. So for example, if we are trying to retrieve the products, but we only want the product name and description. So if we have the API and if it is sending all of the data, we will need some another endpoint that would only be generating the name or description. But in case of the client can request what it wants. So for example, for the web client, it is requesting for the name, description, and the quantity. But in case of mobile client, it is requesting only the name and quantity. In all of the cases, new API endpoints would not be generated, but the GraphQL would process these requests, and on the basis of the query, what fields client wants, the GraphQL would only respond with those fields. This allows clients to request only the data which is actually required. The advantage is the overfetching and underfetching. So, if we are requesting for the product's name and quantity, we would not be getting the name, quantity, type, amount, every field. And it would not be the underfetching, like we will exactly get the fields that we require. And we have the strongly type schema in the GraphQL. So we will be defining the schema with the proper strong structure, and the types of data would also be defined. Along with that, we have the subscription capability for real-time updates, and one of its main feature is subscription, which allow for more interactive applications. So learning GraphQL and setting up the server that can be having the GraphQL and it's entertaining for the queries of client can be more complex as compared to REST. Now let's discuss the GraphQL with this diagram. So the client would be connected to the GraphQL server. This GraphQL server is a mediator between the client and the different data sources. So for example, it can be a mediator between the client and the database or any external API server calls. So this is a single endpoint slash GraphQL. So the GraphQL typically uses this single endpoint for all of the queries. So these are different clients that are connected with the GraphQL server, because all of these clients can have different requirements. And for example, the web client may need more data than the mobile client. So for each individual client can query to the GraphQL server as per their specific needs. And there would be the resolver on the GraphQL server that would be resolving these queries and giving responses. So in case if, for example, the query needs only the email and name, so in this case, that resolver would only be resolving this query with the user's data having name and email, and that data would be sent as a response